Hey, what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you guys like my new intro. I'm gonna keep doing that. I think for every single video, maybe even just to start off the stream, I'm gonna start doing that because I've gotten some good feedback. People are calling me weird. People are saying that I'm funny for it, or not I'm funny, but it's funny that I do it at the beginning. So I'm gonna do that from now on. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you don't, then let me know what you guys want me to do for an intro, you know? I'm not too creative, but I will try my best. As you guys can read in the title below, we are gonna be starting a little video. I don't want to call this a series. I think I'm gonna do this in one video, and it's gonna be a little look at how Kyler Murray could have been, or how good he could have been as a baseball player. If you didn't know, today is February 11th, 2019, and I have been getting blown up on my phone today with people messaging me, telling me about Kyler Murray, and it is insane. If you guys are somehow living under a rock and don't know what I'm talking about Kyler Murray officially stating that he is going to be pursuing an NFL career instead of an MLB career. Now, he did end up winning the Heisman, but you know, he's very talented in two sports, and it's a very difficult position for him to be in. Now, for him, this is a great opportunity. You know, he's gonna probably be a starting quarterback. If not, he's gonna be sitting under a veteran quarterback for one season, and then probably taking over that team. There are many teams out there that need a very good quarterback, and he can definitely fill a role that most quarterbacks in the NFL are not able to do, especially at this point in time. For baseball, on the other hand, well, man, like I just said, you're losing a highly touted prospect on probably arguably one of the worst funded teams in the league. Oakland is known to not be able to pay their players enough money to stay, and with Kyler Murray, apparently he was guaranteed, I'm not too sure about this, $4 million for signing. It was just a guaranteed signing bonus for signing with the Athletics. But then Murray apparently came back and asked for $15 million. Now, is he probably, worth that much money? Yeah, probably. Maybe not at this age, only being 2021, and he would still, if he was to go into the MLB because he's still in college, he would probably have to start off at the A level. He might get MLB spring training invites, not this year's invite, but he would definitely probably get, one next year after his A level ball. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna start a franchise mode with the Oakland Athletics, with Kyler Murray in the single A level. So the only setting I'm going to change here is GM contracts. I don't want to have to repeat every 3 years going through based on my team's performance, re-signing, potentially even getting fired from the Athletics, and then we have to keep scrolling back to the Athletics. It just saves me a little bit of time, and it just makes everything easier. This ended up, not the GM contracts, but only picking the A's as my team ended up being a very time-consuming and bad idea. Okay, here we are. We are at the starting screen for our franchise. We're going to start in spring training of technically 2018. Now, I have made Kyler Murray a 20-year-old because in 2018 he was 20 years old. Let's just say he goes to the MLB at 20 years old instead of 21, which he would be already. Kyler Cole Murray is a 72 overall 20-year-old center fielder with A potential. I didn't put him on the 40-man roster. I could have switched that, but I didn't. But remember, I didn't create this character. Okay, someone else created it, and then I downloaded him. Now, we have pretty average batting stats, 57-50. All right, so we got some decent stats there to start out in the single A level. Very good speed, because we all know that he does run. And obviously, there is his first 6-year contract, $840,000. Let's just say that that's at $4 million or whatever he was going to be signed to. Not $15 million, but $840K. Okay, so now you guys know what we're doing here. Now, just imagine this 2018 is a 2019, and, we're just gonna think of it like that. Okay? Let's go ahead and sim to the regular season. I want to see where some of these players may have signed, like Bryce Harper and that, and then we'll get into the career of Kyler Murray. Okay, I'm actually not going to show you guys the free agency of Bryce Harper and Manny Machado. For some reason, I was making this like it was a franchise like series, and this is not what it was. So this is solely supposed to be based on Kyler Murray and how his like career is supposed to go. So we're just going to skip ahead. I ended up doing half a season and then a full season. So we're going to skip to the half season stats, and then we'll just pick up from there. Okay, so through the first half of the season, Kyler Murray has played 73 games, 13 home runs, 55 RBIs. I think he actually leads the team in home runs at 13. He has 10 stolen bases. He's hitting 283 with a 362 on base percentage and slugging 507. He is absolutely killing it at AA at the very moment. Not killing it. He's doing exceptionally well, though. He still has 32 walks, but he has struck out 71 times. He doesn't, I don't know if he has, how many at-bats. He's got the second most at-bats at 290. One triple, so he's doing okay. What about his fielding percentage? He's got 986 fielding. That's okay. How many WARs is 0? So I don't think WAR is actually calculated for AA. I think it's only calculated for the MLB in the game. So we can't really do anything there. But other than that, Kyler Murray's actually had a decent, like he's leading the team in hits and he's leading the team in a lot of categories here. But he's having a pretty decent first half of the season. So let's go ahead, let's simulate to the end, and let's see how everything goes. Okay, end of the first season. The team has made the playoffs. And let's go ahead and see. Oh, Bryce Harper did not sign. There he is at 88. So no more free agents there. But let's go ahead. Let's check out the statistics for Mr. Kyler Murray. Did he get called up? Oh, geez. Kyler Murray got called up to the Triple-A. First season already making it up to the Triple-A. He hit 243 in AAA in 103 at-bats, had 25 hits, 1 home run, 10 RBIs, 4 stolen bases. He hit 243, which was meh compared to what he was doing in AA. I'm not too sure what he did in AA, because I don't think I can see those stats. Yeah, I don't think I can see those stats, but he did okay. He didn't play a lot of games. He only played 26 games at AAA. He seems to be the starting center fielder, so I don't think there's anyone else that could have been starting over him. So 26 games, I know that he did really well. At one point, I did have a notice here. Let's see. Player called up. No, there is a Kyler Murray one here. AA player update for August 1st? Yes, August 1st. So in July, or by the end of July, Kyler Murray was still with AA, and he was swinging a hot bat in July. Apparently, he hit 318. 318 in just July. So he definitely upticked enough to get promoted to AAA. Now let's see what happens. Now, when it comes to the draft picks, I think everything is still simulated, like signing the draft picks. If not, what's going to happen is I'm just going to sign all the draft picks no matter what, just to create some type of competition here for Kyler Murray in case we get another center fielder. But other than that, let's just go ahead. Let's simulate to the beginning of next season. We'll see how AAA does. I don't think they made the playoffs, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so to start off the 2019 season, Kyler Murray is going to be in AAA. He is 21, just like this year. 76 overall with still an A potential. But he is the highest rated player on the AAA roster apparently. So, and he's still not on the 40-man. So we're lucky that he couldn't get drafted in the Rule 5 draft or anything like that. But actually, I don't know if he would be eligible for that yet. but still, he's going to start in AAA. So let's go ahead. Let's simulate his second season in the minors. First season in the minors, he got called up to the AAA level at the very end of the season. So let's see what Kyler Murray can do in his second season with the team. We are at the end of our regular season here, and Kyler Murray did pretty damn well. He played 117 games, 486 at-bats. Not as many at-bats as you would probably want him to see in the MLB. However, he had 147 hits, led the team, 12 home runs, tied for second on the team, led the team in RBIs with 67 RBIs, was second in the team in stolen bases with 20, average 302. So if you remember, he was hitting at one point last year in the AA, I think around 300. I think he was like 280, but then when he got called up to the AAA, he was hitting 240. But he has improved in his second year, and he is now hitting 302 with an on-base percentage of 370. Is a little low. You kind of want that maybe around 400 if he's at 300 average, and then a slugging of 481, which led the team. He's still putting up decently high strikeout numbers for AAA level. In my honest opinion, if I was a GM of the Oakland Athletics, I would call him up for September call-ups just to see how well he does in the September call-ups. I don't believe he is, though, because the team is in the playoffs against OKC. Now, let's go ahead, let's sim the postseason, and we'll see, we'll see where he ends up at the beginning of next season. We'll see what he's doing like how he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyler Murray has officially made it to the MLB in his third season. He's only 22, but he has gone up to an 81 overall as a 22-year-old center fielder, and he is just starting right now. He is behind Mallex Smith, who was acquired by the A's, but you know what? It kind of gives a little bit of a competition to him, right? This is his first season in the MLB. I can prove it right here. First season 2020, no career stats before that. He has 0 MLB service, but he is an 81, a potential pull hitter. I didn't know that was his hitter tendency, but everything other than that one championship game has been automated. It's been automatic. He is very good against lefties, not very good against righties. At least that's what the scouting report says. He's officially on the 40-man roster, so he cannot get taken in the Rule 5 draft. He has gone through 2 Rule 5 drafts. Not sure really what the qualifications are for that, but he is able to get through 2 of them, and he is now on the MLB starting roster. Actually, not on the starting roster. He might be a bench player behind Piscotty and Chad Pinder. It all depends where he sits. But we are going to simulate to the end of this season, his first season, and then we're going to simulate this season, and then we're going to simulate 5 seasons in advance and see where he's at in his career. We have an update, and it's not a good one. The Oakland Athletics have traded Kyler Murray to the Indians for Trevor Bauer. This is a sad day, ladies and gentlemen. A very sad day indeed. Kyler Murray has been traded in his first MLB season. So to finish off the year, Kyler Murray in 607 at-bats. He played 150 of 162 games, so he's pretty durable there. He ended up finishing with a 285 average as a rookie, 15 home runs, 76 RBIs, 17 stolen bases, 356 on base, and a 466 slugging. That is a very, very good rookie campaign. Let's go ahead and let's see the awards. I don't care about those guys. I want to see our boy. There he is. Kyler Murray wins Rookie of the Year as the DH. Interesting. I didn't know Kyler Murray was the DH. Who is the center fielder for the Indians? The center fielder, and he's batting in the 1 spot. He's not even batting in the 3 like he was because of Jose Ramirez and Francisco Lindor. Center fielder is Greg Allen. Ooh, that's interesting. I didn't know that Greg Allen was going to be the center fielder over, or that someone else would be the starter over Kyler Murray. They even have another center fielder here, Cedric Mullins, on the bench, but that's interesting. I didn't know that. Well, he didn't really get to shine in the outfield. Let's see, what was his fielding percentage? It had to have been 1,000. It was 1,000. He did get a lot of innings though, or a decent amount. 535. Jose Ramirez was the probably everyday third baseman here. How many innings did he get? Oh no, okay, so Kyler Murray was a platoon DH, which doesn't really fit into how he was probably projected to go. But you know, it is what it is. You can't really do anything else about that one. But let's go ahead. First season in the books. The Indians, did they make the playoffs? The Indians did make the playoffs, so let's go ahead. I want to go to the calendar, go to the Indians, and let's go ahead and simulate the Indians here just real quick before we move on. They moved past Seattle. Will they go to Boston? No, they did not get past Boston. They lost 4-2. So let's go ahead. I'm going to simulate now 5 years into the future, or where to the end of Kyler Murray having 5 years of playoff or MLB experience, and we're going to pick it up from there and go forth. We're going to go 5 and then 10, and then we're just going to simulate to the end of his career, and hopefully he has a very good career. The ending of this video is going to go very quick, but the beginning, I wanted to show you guys how long it was projected in video game time to get to the MLB level. That was 2 seasons it took him to get to the MLB level. At $15 million, that would have taken a lot. That's not acceptable for a $15 million prospect. With that being said, we are in 2024. Mr. Kyler Murray has just finished his 5th year of eligibility. Here is the Oakland Athletics lineup. We had a pretty good lineup for the past 2 years. We ended up getting Christian Yelich, and he's been absolutely not killing it, but killing it average-wise the past 3 years, and only once in Oakland. So I don't know what I'm talking about, but he had a long tenure with Milwaukee there where he just had a great career, or a decent career, like most people, you know. But either way, let's go over. I'm near positive he's still on Cleveland. Yes, he is. There he is, Kyler Murray. He has upticked to a 90 overall, still has an A potential, 5 years of MLB experience, 26 years old now. He's technically coming into his prime, and you know what? It has kind of showed a little bit. Go over to his stats. He is a career 277 hitter. He had his worst year in 2022, hitting 255. None of these campaigns have been MLB MVP campaigns or AL MVP campaigns. He's a big base stealer. You don't see that a lot. But if he maybe had 30 home runs and closer to about 90 RBIs, you'd be looking at MVP campaigns. So that's where we're going with the awards. No MVP campaigns, 341 OBP, 469 slugging. So he's a hitter that gets on base, you know, and he's established a little bit of power the past 3 years in Cleveland there, but he just has not been able to get the awards going. With that being said, here's the awards he won. As you can see, he won the 2020 AL Rookie of the Year. I believe that was on originally in the video, so you guys already saw that award, but since then, he's only done one thing, and it was this past season in 2024 where he won the AL Center Field All-Star, or he was a part of the AL All-Star team as the 3rd string center fielder. Now, coming into the league at this point in time, in order to get onto the All-Star team, you gotta, especially in the video games, you gotta be able to outperform people like Mike Trout. So there's their #1 All-Star getter. But since the year that we came off of video here, that I stopped recording and I just simulated, there's been 2 candidates that have been at the center field position the entire time. Just 2 people. That's Mike Trout, and that's George Springer. Now, let's go over to the Angels here. Where are the Angels at? There's the Angels. There's Mike Trout. There's his campaigns. Those are only all-star campaigns. MVP campaigns. He hasn't even won the MVP, I don't believe. Right? Go over to Houston. Whoops, other way. Go over to Houston. There's Springer's campaigns. I'm just letting you know. I don't think he's won the MVP either. Let's go over to the MVP awards here. Just to show you. World Series MVP is there. MVP has been Aaron Judge and Bryce Harper. That's literally what it's been in the AL since I stopped recording. But as you can see, there has been no one, and I mean no one, that has underperformed Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has been here's Silver Sluggers for Cleveland. Jose Ramirez, Francisco Lindor, but then no Kyler Murray. So 5 years into his career, he's getting into his prime, or he's in his prime right here. He's 26, and he's not doing anything. So is this really what a $15 million player is supposed to look like? Especially when he's arguably the star of Cleveland? Because Jose Ramirez here, he's 31. Francisco Lindor, he's 30. So the future at the moment is Kyler Murray, 26. 26, 90 overall. But is this what a 15 million? Like, they're paying him 6.3 million in this game. Is this what $15 million is supposed to play like? Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I know this is a video game and anything can happen in real life. Kyler Murray probably is better than the video game. But either way, all I'm saying is he wanted $15 million. I think he strived a little too far there, especially $5 million, 5 years into his MLB career. But he still has a long way to go. I'm going to go and I'm going to simulate until he is retired. And then we're going to go and we're going to look at every single stat that he had. October 28th, 2032. It's a sad day. It's a very sad day. Just going into the offseason. Cincinnati just won their championship. Going into the offseason here. And look who I find. It's a sad, sad day. And there he is. 2032, Kyler Murray has retired due to ability with the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, since we stopped recording, or I stopped showing you guys, a lot has happened. He is currently 35, 64 overall, and had a 12-year MLB career. For a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, 12 years is a long time. So he was able to stay healthy for 12 years and was able to actually produce every single year. Here are his stats. I'm just going to scroll so you guys don't see any of the later year stats, because I want those to be kind of like a surprise. But either way, let's go over his career stats for what you guys know and don't know. So what you guys do know is he signed a 6-year, $840,000 contract per year with the Oakland Athletics to start out his career at AA. He played 2 years in the minors, then got called up to Oakland, where he started off his MLB career. Halfway through his first season, he ended up getting traded to the Cleveland Indians, finished out the year there, and continued on with his rookie contract. 2024 was an arbitration year for Mr. Kyler Murray. He got about $4.2 million in arbitration, and it was just a one-season contract, so he played out that season in Cleveland. In 2025, Mr. Kyler Murray and the Cleveland Indians were able to go and agree with another arbitration contract. This time, Kyler Murray made $6.5 million. But then came the first time that he would be able to hit the free agent market. Sorry, before we go to Arizona, let's start off with the 2024 year in Cleveland. In 2024, Kyler Murray made the All-Star team for the first time. This was his first award other than Player of the Month. I didn't keep track of Player of the Months, but this was his first award since winning Rookie of the Year in 2020. 2025 saw him again make it to the All-Star game with the AL All-Stars. He this time managed to get first in center field votes Then he went and signed his 6-year, $136 million deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks to be their #1 primary center fielder. 2026 saw him win, or not win, but earn another All-Star spot as the #1 center fielder for the NL, the starting center field. 2027 came, regressed a little bit, but still had a pretty, okay year. 605 at-bats, 274 average, so he's just hitting for average at this point. 2028, average is still going down, 263. He's still starting center fielder, still 90 overall, somewhere around there. 22 home runs, 70 RBIs. He's primarily hitting in the 1 spot at this point. And he has been since his last year in Cleveland. But, he's still putting up good numbers. Then comes 2029, where he has fallen off almost 40 points in average from the first year he signed in Arizona. This year only saw him get 14 home runs, 56 RBIs, and only 446 at-bats. He was starting to platoon. Then 2030 came. Arizona had enough of him in 2029 in his bad production. 2030 came, they benched him. 2031 saw him have a little bit of an uptick in average from previous years, because 319 and 94 at-bats is not very good. But in a 246 and 240 at-bats, that's a little bit more respectable. Not that good, but it's a little bit more respectable. But he's played the last 2 years. He's played the least amount of games in his career. 2031, because he's been on the bench, would mark the last year that Kyler Murray would be playing for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Sadly, that's where it all ends. Kyler Murray did not have a very good second half of his career. Now, this could be the video game, but realistically, I don't know. He played 12 years in the MLB. He had a very good early MLB career, but the last 4 or 5 years of his career were just not that good. So, to recap, these are all the awards he won in his career for being a player that wanted $15 million. So just to end this video off, now don't take this very seriously. I'm not going to take this very seriously. This is a video game. It can open up some minds to how Kyler Murray could be. Now, starting off as a 72, maybe in real life he would be an 80 overall when he starts, or whatever 2019 MLB The Show 2019 gives him. Either way, don't take this with a very, very, very small grain of salt here. But either way, Kyler Murray, as to MLB The Show, has not had a very good career. So him going to football might have been a good idea for him. For all we know, he might have done the same thing as this, simulated, and he chose football because of this. Really though, I hope you didn't do this, Kyler. Baseball is very important to me, and I like baseball. So it would suck if you simulated yourself in a game and then decide to pick football. Either way, there you have it. We're gonna end the video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't too long. But either way, this was Kyler Murray's career in MLB The Show 18. See you guys in the next one.